Welcome to The Assignment, the renovation show about transforming ordinary spaces into extraordinary places. Hosted by design expert Gene Alert, each episode takes you through the streets of New York, where Gene works his magic to transform every corner of a client's property. Get ready for the jaw-dropping transformations,
Turn this vibe around.
unexpected twist, and the thrill of seeing a space come to life. All on The Assignment.
Let's get the assignment right the first time. This next project, well, we're walking to is this one. We're waiting for plumbing permits, and we got approval. So we got our architectural designs approved. So we're gonna install washer dryers, a common space area, and storage. So it's gonna be fun. What's going on, everybody? It's Gene Alert, and welcome back to another episode of The Assignment. It's the season finale. The best place to end it is here. And this was one of my first big projects. And today we have a guest coming by to see it. I can't wait to see what his thoughts are. His name is Jeff Lindor, Mr. Jeff Lindor, CEO of the Gentleman's Factory. He has not one, not two, but 3 locations in Brooklyn, and his places are so meticulous that I can't wait to see what he thinks of this space and how I curated this space. Let's see if I understood the assignment.
Looking to see the new renovation. I remember I came here a couple of months ago, and I'm really excited to see how everything turned out. Oh wow, they even did the fence. This is solid. When you compare this fence to the neighbors, totally an upgrade. Oh, okay. Okay, I see the smart locks. All right. And both doors. Okay, okay. Nice.
Over here, I'm building the wall from here to here, right? Entrance door is gonna be over here.
Okay, so washer, dryer, TVs, speakers right here too. Oh, this is a whole vibe. All right. Feel like, and I could do some work. There's Wi-Fi down here. All right.
And over here, I'm going to, this is gonna be an open space area.
Oh, super cozy. Nice. Okay. I love this area right here. Gene did his thing. Indeed. Gene did his thing.
This is gonna be a bathroom. So what we're gonna do, extend the bathroom to here, and then add a shower down here. Add a door over there for an entranceway. This is the way to the backyard. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. Everything's fun.
Okay. Oh, this is nice. Oh, showers, yo. Wow, so this is solid, you know. I just love how detailed the space is and how he really transformed it from the last time that I was here. You know? Gene understood the assignment.
Yo,
Yo, what's going on, man?
what's up, baby?
Good, chilling.
How you
man,
doing,
chilling.
man?
I'm good, man.
yo, really good job. Like I remember when I came here months ago.
Yeah.
And it did not look like
You
this.
saw, you remember the beginning, the dirt
course,
floors,
of course.
the open space, mold on the walls.
Absolutely.
It was crazy,
What
man.
I really love is the fact that you created an experience for the residents upstairs, right? You know, so there's like the coziness in this room, you know, there's the Wi-Fi, right? There's like, you know, so in just the bathroom, like the whole.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Which part of this space do you like? Wow.
You know what? Like, why don't we take a look?
Yeah.
Right? So, number one, I love just how
You're using technology,
technologically
fingerprints.
savvy. Exactly, the fingerprints, right? My little coffee right here.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the whole space is amazing. But it's really the bathroom, right? Because you can tell a whole lot about a space when you visit the bathroom. Right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, because if the bathroom is detailed, then that means that everywhere else is also attention. You know?
I really had fun with the bathroom because I wanted to experience where even when you're washing your hands or just looking in this mirror, you see the accent wall in here, right? And you see it in the shower, right?
Yeah.
So it gives you, you know, it just makes it feel good. I didn't want to put too much tile.
Yep.
So I did a full wall on the accent wall. I did a full wall around, of course, around the shower.
Okay.
But we only did 5 inches with the Schroeder, with the trim,
Okay.
above, you know, like 4 inches.
Sure.
Yeah, so, and we went with the high gloss tile. We went with the stones, just to give it like that feel like you're in like some like Aruba or something, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, so I appreciate it. And then, you know, of course, I couldn't be me if I didn't put speakers in the ceiling. You know, and all the lights are dimmable.
Yeah,
You know, we went with a black trim. Even with the vanity light, we went with a 36-inch vanity. And you saw how this place looked.
Of course,
So
of course.
it didn't have a shower before. So we had to get permits, and we went through a ton of, that's what it took me a little longer.
Yeah.
Because we had to go through the city and, you know, deal with everything else, but it worked out.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, man, let's sit down, let's have a conversation. We talking about me, I want to talk about you, you know? GF.
Yeah.
You know, I've been a member for a long time, right? One of the OGs.
Yeah,
I wear my gentleman's hat with pride, bro. You know. But congratulations, you just opened up your third location in Bed-Stuy. So talk to me about that, man.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's cool because it's about like a 5-minute walk from here, right? You know, so I just love what you're doing in the community because it's complementing each other, right? And yeah, Gentleman's Factory Bed-Stuy is moving. It's booming. You know, we got a really beautiful space, you know, and it's highly curated. And that's why I love coming here too, is because I'm very intentional about spaces and curation and detail.
Yeah.
So now me seeing how this space was prior to and seeing it now, it just reminds me of how our Gentleman's Factory Bed-Stuy location was similar to how we just shifted it.
I came to the launch, and when I say I was like, wow, like this, because I remember when you first got the space, and then to see what you transformed it to, how you used I'm big on using every inch, every square footage, right? Every square foot of a space I have to use, right? And I like how you used every corner, everything, and the bar outside, like it's just. And you know what I love about GF and what you're doing with that space and all the spaces? Every space has its own identity. And it has its own, like, it feels like it has its own personality. You know what I mean? Like, this one is more like chill, laid back.
Absolutely.
The other one's more business. The other one is more like fellas, like, this is our space. You know, I'm going to learn in this space, you know? So you just feel it, you know? And same thing with renovations, man. Like, it's just, when I meet with a client, I sit down with them and I not really asking them about the space. I'm asking them about what do they like. Like if I'm doing a living room or a kitchen for a person, and I'm like, do you like to cook? Because that makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
You know, because if you don't like to cook, I could put all the stuff that looks good, but just for show. You know, you know. But if you like to cook, you're not gonna put certain appliances because they're not functional. They cost a lot of money, but it's really like, you know, you could, like for example, we did this kitchen, right? And in the kitchen, the refrigerator cost like $4,000, and it had no freezer space, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's like, what's the point? Yeah. So same thing, man. Like, I love how when you do it, you use every piece of space, and it's functional. You know, and I already see the members are using it.
Absolutely. Like we're all about like intentional spaces, right, and functionable spaces. But you do that by collecting data and understanding what people need.
Exactly.
Right? You know? So now, similar to here, where with the residents that live here, they have a functionable space, a common space, right, where they get their laundry done. And I love the fact that there's speakers on the ceilings, right?
Oh yeah.
Because it's creating a vibe, and you can dim the lights. Right?
Exactly.
So,
and even with this space, right, we made it where so obviously the laundry is a laundry room for the residents, right? So most buildings charge you, right? A lot of buildings charge you, or it's in the unit. Yeah. We didn't have the luxury of putting it in the unit. We didn't have the space for it. So we created this area where we put 2 washers and 2 dryers, right? But these are some of the residents that we attract, they work at home. So I'm like, okay, while they're doing their laundry, so they don't have to always go back upstairs to their apartment. They can stay here. So that's why we built this. And we put, you know, the two outlets, the receptacles here, and then we included Wi-Fi down here. Yeah, perfect. Yep. You know, so and if you don't want to work, you can watch TV, and we have Netflix. We have all the stuff connected to the smart TV. And you know, there's a restroom. There's we have an HVAC system down here.
There's even a shower.
There's a shower here. He's like, there's a shower here. Let's not forget that, you know? And so, yeah, man, it used to be dark. I remember coming down here before when we first started, seeing the space, man. It was mold everywhere. There was like, it was just spiders. It was crazy down here. The floor was dirt floors. So we did a lot of work, you know, and I'm proud of our team. You know, pipes everywhere, you know, leaks everywhere, like, you know, so the building was abandoned, you know, and so the owner purchased it from a family that was going through, like, you know, an estate sale. So there was a lot of work, and you know, let me ask you a question. Did I understand the assignment?
Absolutely. Gene understood the assignment.
No, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. I'm just, you know, I've been doing this for myself for so long that now working with other people and people hiring me, like, you know, you've known me since before Brooklyn Swirl. You know, you used to work at Emblem Health. We have a picture. You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? You know, besides what we're doing now, right? Because we're great dads, we're just great men, right? Great community guys, but we've always been in the community, right? You were in Emblem Health, I was Brooklyn Swirl. We both got an award for like the community, right? And we're on Fulton Avenue, right? We took this picture next to like 13 years ago. Oh my God. Yeah, bro. I still got that picture. And then I was like, yo, Jeff, come to my office, come to my office. And then you were like, all right. So we walked to my office, and that's where ACA is now. And imagine, back then, I didn't know what I was gonna do with that space. You know, now it's where, you know, where I do my thing, but it's just like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna design it here. And it was just an open box. I was like, I'm gonna put a wall here, I'm gonna do this. You were like, really?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
But like, that's where vision comes into play, right? And then I'm really happy to see how we've evolved over the past decade.
Yeah.
And how we're building intentional spaces.
Yeah. And you make it safe, man.
Yeah,
I like that. It's intentional and you make your members feel safe.
Yeah.
And you're including other people too. When I mean other people, women. Because sometimes I'm like, wait, there's women events. But I like that now because it's more of like, okay, it's community. And you're showing, you know what you're showing? Women, because there's so many times where I notice that it's women-only events, women-only spaces, women this, women brunch, women this. We're like, look, this is Gentleman's Factory, but you can come. You can see because we're trying to build family.
Absolutely.
We're trying to build community, and community is not single. It's not solo. It's not by myself. Community is this.
Absolutely.
And so, what you thought?
Like, I don't want to create a world where other people don't exist. We're just creating safe spaces that's designed for Black men. But if it's designed for Black men, we can't act like as though other humans are not here either.
Exactly.
Right? So it's more so of how do we empower men so that we can empower our families, so that we can empower our communities, and so that we could create a world where we're all maximizing our full potential.
I love that, man.
Yeah, man. Not a lot of people could take something that was not in its best shape, create a vision, create a team, and finish the job, right? Because that means that not a lot of people understand their assignments. So I'm just so happy that when I came here months ago and seeing how the place was and seeing how it needed a whole lot of work, and me coming back here now, sitting in the lounge area, which this did not exist, but having a visionary like Gene and his amazing team, they're actually able to take projects that could seem challenging and turn it into a reality. So congratulations, man. I'm super proud.
Man, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, no, you the man.
He understands assignments. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you.
All right, so that is a wrap. Season 1 of The Assignment. My name is Dietrich Wingpole. I am the producer, and
I am Gene Alert. I am, I guess, co-producer and one of the designers of The Assignment. And so basically, this season, you came with us. It was 8 episodes. We wanted to pretty much just talk about where we started, how we started, why we started, so first of all, I want to say thank you, Dietrich.
Yes, sir.
So we went through a journey. It's been, we actually started this like last year. God never makes a mistake, right? So we recorded, it started off where it was supposed to be like a day in the life, right?
Yeah.
And Dietrich was like, I want to just film you, record your day. Your days, you always like hectic and you got a lot going on. So I was like, yeah, cool. So we had footage, and then we were going to put out this show, right? It was sort of like a day in the life of me, right? Gene Alert. And then all of a sudden, God said, no, this is not it. Yo, hours of editing. I feel so bad for Dietrich, man. I was praying for him, right? Not even about my episodes, but it's just like praying for him because I know how much work, how much effort he put into this, right? And then so in one day, 1 second, everything you did was gone.
Yeah,
right?
Just for context, like my hard drive just completely crashed. Like I couldn't retrieve the video clips. I was like, man. Like I went all the ends to make sure that I can retrieve the footage, but like Gene says, God does not make a mistake.
Nope.
And we have these episodes in place. So I just want to further expound like the journey. At first, it was a day in the life, and I just want to thank you because this was actually my first time using the camera. Like I was literally learning how to use the camera while I was filming the day in the life, and learning the how to manually work the camera, become like a craftsman of how to use the camera. And along the way, you see the development of this project.
Yes.
Once it became a day in the life, I was like, you know what? Gene is doing something special. Like he is completely turning things around. Units around, houses around, kitchens, bathrooms around.
Yeah.
Completely renovating
Spaces.
the space. And I'm like, let's make this into a show. So as we progress in each episode, where initially it was the day in the life, we said, you know what, let's make this into a show where we focus on the renovation, the journey, the assignment. So I just want to thank you, Gene, for giving me the opportunity.
Brother, listen, I'm big on passion, right? So when I see someone putting in hours and hours into their craft and they're passionate, because I'm very passionate about my work, right? And I'm very passionate about I dream about this. Once I get a project, I dream about it, I live it, I breathe it, right? And that's how I felt, Diedrich. I felt you were with this, right? When you have the camera in your hand, when you're editing, that's how I feel. I saw me, and I saw that energy. So I was like, I'm rolling with whatever you say. So when you said, let's do a show, I was like, okay, like let's rock and roll. Let's see where this is going. And then so now coming out with this season, right? You'll see the journey of like the day in the life, and then it goes into the assignment, right? Where we bring in friends of ours, and they come in and they have no idea of what they're walking into. They just see what you guys saw, which is the before, and they walk into the after. They have no skin in the game. They're not the client. They don't know the clients. They just walk in and into the space completely blindsided, right? And thank you. I want to say thank you to them too, right? So I want to say thank you guys for being part of the show and being part of this. This is like season 1, right? So we want to say thank you. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you for all the people who shared comments. Thank you for all the clients that opened up their homes to us to let us record their safe spaces and their transformations to be part of our show. So I appreciate you guys a lot, right? And we want to say thank you to the team, right, for making the transformations happen, right? Because we're visionaries, but there's people out there that actually do the work, right? So we want to give a big shout out to all my crews and that came on and made the assignment successful, right? So we're looking forward to season 2. We're already recording season 2. Yep. We already got projects on way. Like, I can't wait, so I wanted to say you know who else we got to thank? We got to thank our families, right? Because our families, we sacrifice so much and of time, effort, editing, filming, shooting all hours of the day, right? It's a lot. Yeah. And so we want to say thank you to our families. Appreciate you guys. Thank you to all the supporters. And season 2 coming soon.
Sir, the
assignment. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Because one day we're gonna be on HGTV, and this is who I'm producing with, right? I don't want anything else, right? So we could make the team bigger, but this is it. This is the duo. This is how it's gonna roll. We appreciate you guys. We wanted to put it out on YouTube because you don't really see too many renovation shows in New York, right? You don't really see, and especially our format, you don't really see it. You don't really see, it's just like, it's always the same thing over and over again. But now it's like a different lens, right? Different point of view. Thank you so much once again. God bless. See you. 2025.
Yes, see you in 2025, season 2 of the assignment.
Get it right the first time.
Oh, poko. Ang feme potla. What? Oh my God. Oh my God, what?